I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I got 99 problems, but my kids ain't one. I got 99 problems, getting rich ain't one. Cause I'm a hustler on my mama, man, the kid ain't dumb. She said that pussy waiting for me and I still ain't come. I beat that pussy for an hour and I still ain't come.
You see the chips that's up there, man. We gotta go ahead and get us a little taste of these good old chips.
You wanna hit the chips, man?
You gonna hit the chips, cause that's what they're for. They're for you. Go ahead, brother. Bust open the bag straight from the Ukraine. Hold the bag up again. Let us see what they is real quick, man. Hold the bag. Can we see the name of them? Hold it up for us.
Roasted cumin lamb.
Roasted.
Skewer game. Yeah.
That way it roasted cumin.
Man, we gonna, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all a real review.
I'm gonna taste a piece of it too, brother.
Man.
Go ahead, man. Let's see what these like.
You know, we gotta smell.
You gotta smell. How they smell? They're from the Ukraine.
You know what these bitches smell like?
What?
A musky ass fuck.
A musky ass.
Oh, now you
go on, Papa.
I'm finna drive out though. You know, don't be fooled by the smell.
Yo,
oh man. Oh man. Yo,
what's up, boy? What is this?
It's Burning50, man. What's happening?
Where you at, boy? Where you at?
I'm in the rap den, man. Pull up on me.
Well, damn.
Alright.
My demons trust me, you ain't nothing. Got that work all in my city, I'm the new Frank Crumb. Why you flagging like you bought it? I'll take your gun, I'll take your funds, I'll take.
Listen, man, the rap den welcomes the one and only Burning50. How you doing today, my brother? I gotta clap you in here, man.
What's happening, man?
Golly, man, how you doing, man?
Man, listen, I've been trying to get to the rap den, man, to just get some of this story out, you know, before the time run out, man. I'm here, man. What's going on, bro?
Man, you know it's all gravy in the den, man. And for those that don't know, the rap den is sponsored by Papo's Pop-Up Shop, who sponsors in a lot of the treats that's shipped in from like the Ukraine. Like that bag right there that you see right there beside. You see that bag over there? Pick that bag up. What is it?
Listen,
what is there on there?
I saw this when you put it over.
So Papo's gave that to us to give to the artists or to the guests. You know, anybody that come on the show to try bag. So we gonna try bag at the end of the show. What is it called?
This is skewer flavor.
What is it called?
Mushy skewer flavor from across the sea.
That means
I mean, if y'all can read that, man.
Put that bag over here. Let me see.
I'm trying to let y'all see what it say. But it's definitely some fortunality right here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. This major, man. Shout out to all the sponsors.
Man, yes, man, most definitely. And also, the rap den is sponsored by Hostile Hot Sauce, which is that hot sauce bottle that's up there, man. That actually came all the way from Copenhagen, Denmark. And we got a lot more bottles to be giving away to the guests that come on the show, too. And also, we got some sponsors on the bit. Only Beat sponsored in at the rap den, you know. And 43rd White chest bleeds, CBDs, and lotions. If you are a little ashy over there, you got some CBD lotion right there. You can just rub that on your skin, brother. We're going to get it straight in. Man, but listen, it is a tradition in the rap den to pull up. And speaking of pull up, the rap den is sponsored by Exotic Pop. So y'all already know when you get the Exotic Pop in the stores, out stores, hey, listen, it's all exotic. But man, listen, Burning50.
What's happening, man?
That was a lot, wasn't it?
It was.
That
I saw you like, and you got it down.
I got that bit in there, didn't
I?
But
like, he really in his own right now.
Listen, brother, it's a tradition to pull up with us while we in the rap den. And I see you got your rap den cut right there.
Listen,
so
man,
if that's pulled together, brother, just hit that blue knob right there beside you to your, I think it's your left, my right.
This blue knob?
Yeah, but wait, put your cup up there too.
Oh, okay.
So put your cup up there and hit that blue knob, and then we gonna get it in. You know what I mean? In the den. That's how we get it in the den. So, you know.
Ooh. That's caught and loaded.
Man, come on, man. We ain't playing.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
Hold up, man. Let me get myself together.
He cold, too. Wait, hit him real quick.
He him.
He cold, too. He ain't come out hot, did he? Okay, that's all we needed. So, listen, man. We is in the den, and we done pulled up, and now it's a vibe. I got my cup. You got your cup. And we finna do what we do.
Hey, man.
So, Burning50, I got a lot of questions for you tonight, man. Burning50, the guru. First off, how do you spell your name?
Burning50, man, like Burning50. You know what I'm saying? Burning50.
Where did that name? This is the question the whole city been wanting to know. Where did the name Burning50 come from?
Well, came from when I first moved to Gainesville. The weed, the ounces was $150 at the time. So everybody literally called it 150. Like it was called 150. Like I got some 150. Like so, as time went on, and that particular phase of weed kind of fade out, it just turned into 50. And what I came to learn was whenever you were to go buy something and the guy said, I got some 50. And then they be like, is it some real 50?
It's Fifth Street.
Is it real 50? And if it was real 50, you didn't really have no question if they wanted to buy it. You know what I'm saying? So I said, nah, with the music and everything that I'm going to do, it's always going to be quality. So if I have something, and anything for sale, anything that I do stand behind, it's always going to be good quality stuff. So I said, well, they ain't burning 50. Like I got some 50. Like, so everything that I do is basically, is good quality stuff. You know, we don't put out no shabby material. Everything we do is basically, it's industry standard and it's always been up to par. Everything we've ever touched. So Burning 50 was just something that I took across the board at the time for the music. Like, so I just knew if I had the music, the right music, you know what I'm saying, and I could put it out, it was just gonna be good 50.
What about when times changed and everybody started burning crippy and gas? You ain't think about
Well, no, it's kind of like, you know, when artists name they sell a little something and they always stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Little Bootsy, Little Ratchet. So, you know what I'm saying? I kept Burning 50, man, and it's just something. I believe the brand and the name of it, it stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just one of those things. Like when I named it, I used it, and it just seemed like it was just something that was gonna always be around, man. So Burning 50 it is, man.
Okay. Damn.
Burning 50.
Burning 50.
You
Matter of fact,
you
can I hear that
brand.
real quick? Plug that in real quick. Let us hear that.
I'm dropping
Can
it.
we hear that?
Burning 50.
When you hear that, you know it's
You
official right
gonna
there.
get it.
I mean, back in the day, boy, you heard that on there, boy, it was that.
Man,
So,
I used to have that as my text alert, and I used to burning 50 people out the building with that, man. It just, it was bad, man. But yeah, man, it's the brand, man. Burning 50.
Burning 50.
Man, Burning 50, where are you originally from?
I'm from Lake City, Florida, man. Right down the road, man.
Okay, well, how did you migrate to Gainesville area, first off?
From Gainesville, basically, I followed my son here. You know what I'm saying? So my first son, his mom was here, and I was in Daytona going to school, cosmetology school. You know what I'm saying? So I actually do have a cosmetology license, but
snap.
yeah. So I moved from Daytona to Gainesville, following my mom, my son's mother. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to be a part of his life. So that's how I ended up here, man. 2000. The year 2000, I've been here ever since, man.
Well, how did you get into the music scene? Like, tell me how it all started.
How it all started, 2003. 2003, I met a guy in Majestic Oaks. A guy named Jit, man. Shout out to Jit. I always give him his flowers. Basically, Jit was a guy that I met, and he was producing off of his computer. He was basically using Fruity Loops. It seemed pretty simple at the time, and kind of hung around him for probably about a month or two, you know, till I actually sat there and figured out exactly what he was doing. And you know, from that, I went and got a computer. I got the program, and the very first, you know, my very first real introduction into music was producing. You know what I'm saying? So everything that you know, I do have the knowledge of production. That was my very first step into music, was production, man.
So you were making beats?
I was making pretty raw beats, actually.
So what did Jit do to prepare, like, inspire you? Like, how is Jit in the mix? Because
it was just the simplicity of what I actually sat there and watched him do. And then just thinking like, dang, that's pretty cool that you could actually make a damn beat from this program on a computer and it actually can sound like something. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, after a couple of months of just kind of watching him from over the shoulder, I was definitely inspired to go get me a computer and start producing from there, man. So yeah, shouts out to Jit too.
Okay, so in the producing era, where did you decide I want to be a rapper?
I believe it's kind of like a sweet spot if you're producing because you make the beats and then after so long of just sitting there, I think because part of making the beat is actually making it where you can hear somebody else rapping on it. So if you can't sit here and come up with anything to it, it's probably no good to a particular artist, you know what I'm saying? So I think after a couple of years, man, I just kind of got into rapping along with, producing. I did a couple of projects for a guy in Lake City, Big Ben. Did a project for him. And then I did another project for a guy from Miami. And then, just in between that, man, did a whole lot of production, man. Just learning the music business, you know what I'm saying? Starting from there.
And then, in that time, did you feel like you was gonna be like one of the biggest producers? Like what was the goal then? Like it was to do what? To be a rapper, to be a producer, or just?
It really wasn't a goal. It was more of a pastime. It was just something that I enjoyed. I've always loved music. So it was just, part of it was just, learning how to do it. Seeing that I was actually pretty good at it. The very first beat I made may have been the best beat I produced during the duration of the time that I was producing. So, that very first beat, I played it for anybody and everybody, and it was just something that stuck with them, and they always wanted to hear it when they came around. So that was real inspiring, man. So just coming out of the gate, doing good, kept me going in it.
And then from there, what was the next point?
So, I did production for a while. I rapped, and like I said, I met this guy from Miami, and I met Gutter Dream. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, shouts out to Gutter Dream too. You know what I'm saying? I want to give him a major shout out because a lot of the things that I was able to implement, I learned during the time I was with him. But I did production, I did the rapping, and then from there, I actually stopped everything for about 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So.
Why? Okay.
Why? I got into a situation where it just something transpired, and I just.
Brother, take a sip with me, brother.
I was with this guy, man. I'm just trying to
man, put the story out. We in the den, brother.
Right, man.
We in the den, brother. Lay back and hit that cup, brother. Because I'm finna get this about you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? I was with a guy.
You know what that nigga did?
I was with a guy, man. Hold on, let me
take a sip with me, brother.
So look, man. So basically, one thing about this rap shit, like you gotta pay dues, and at the time I got burnt extremely bad.
When you say burnt, what you mean?
Well, I got burnt. I had a situation where I was with Gutter Dream. Man, we sold, I think we sold about 30,000 copies hand to hand like crack every day for 11 months in the southern 6 states. We burnt up 4 cars. Literally, burnt these cars up, burnt the brakes, the tires, the motors. We ran through 4 cars. We was running so hard. And it came a time where a misunderstanding happened, and there was about 25 grand and some other stuff that they departed with, and from that, it just broke my spirit. You know what I'm saying? So
them boy robbed, basically.
Let's not say robbed. Whatever happened, it happened. But guess what?
We in the den.
It was good for the turn. You know what I'm saying? So, after that happened, man, my spirit was completely broken. I learned a lot from it, but it ultimately made me stop producing, start rapping. I just kind of gave it all up, man. And that was in like 2007. You know what I'm saying?
Did it? Okay, from that situation,
Mm-hmm.
looking at it now, what would you have done different?
Nothing.
Everything you done, you would have did exactly.
I would go back and do it again because
just that situation now, because I'm gonna ask this question again.
No, that particular like so like everything that paying dues, like that's who makes us who we are in this music industry. Like you can only get so far and not have to pay dues. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just impossible to move around in this business and not pay your dues, man. So
and when you say pay your dues, what do you mean for the ones like the younger ones that's watching that don't even
take a damn loss?
Right.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Take
like,
an L.
Yeah, like you gonna take a loss. Matter of fact, you gonna like we talk about today. You come into this game in the worst way. Everybody come in here smoking crack because you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you watching it, you don't know the business. You thinking you're doing what's working. You're really not legal. Everything you're doing is basically wrong. So what I took from that situation is ultimately some of the foundation that I used to actually create Burning50 a few years later.
Okay. The other dues that you had to pay that you can look back at now, and maybe somebody that's looking at this could not go through that same thing that you went through, or had to pretty much do what you had to do to get where you at now today.
I actually believe everybody should pay dues. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody should pay dues just simply because this game is just so treacherous. And if you don't understand snaky business from good business, then you're going to take a hell of a lot more losses than you ever would take not going and having a journey where you pay dues, you get took advantage of, you get lied to, you get stolen from. Like all of that stuff ultimately like gives you the shoulders, for this business. You know what I'm saying? So I suggest, every artist just go, stay on your journey, and when something happen that don't go your way, you just paying dues. You just chop it up as that. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be tried, man, in this game. You know what I'm saying? To really reach the next level. So that way when you reach the next level, you know what to look out for, man. So. Yeah.
Okay. Good answer, man. What was the motivation behind creating the brand?
Well,
now first off, because I see you got on a 100 band run shirt, so I'm gonna have to stop right there real quick.
Okay.
And you got merch that's sitting up here too.
Yeah.
So when I say what's the motivation behind the brand, I don't know if right now if I should be speaking of the Burning50 brand or the 100 band run, or is it both the same?
It's basically brand recreation.
Okay.
When you look at a company like McDonald's or Burger King or certain brands that have been around a long time, even though they serve food, generally their visual, their visual image changes every so often with time. If you go back and look at all of the logos, they don't have the same logos and the same visual imagery that they've had from day one. So to keep the brand alive, I've always, just found ways to be creative with the brand and just not allow it to get stale, just from just doing music alone, you know what I'm saying? We also got the photography, visuals by Burning50. Got the marketing, like it's all kind of sides to just the brand Burning50, man. It's just more than what it has been at this point.
And the motivation behind creating it?
Well, the motivation really was the real motivation was that from the time when I stopped rapping and producing up until I actually created the brand, during that window of time, there would be particular artists that would come to me, and it still happens to this day. I probably got stuff in my email now, but I would have artists that would come to me for, I don't even know why, but they would come to me, they would bring me their music, and they would ask me, do I have something or do I not have something? And in the midst of this happening over 2 or 3 years, I actually compiled a collection of some of the rawest music that the world had never heard. So here I am sitting on a couple of years worth of music that these guys was bringing me, and these songs never saw the light of day on any project, any single push. They were just great ass songs that these guys were creating. They would bring them to me, drop them off, whether they were through email, CD, or however I would get them. And over a few years, I had a collection of this music. And I was like, damn, man, good as this music is, somebody got to hear this music. So there was a time where I got all this stuff together, and I said, now if I had to create like a compilation or some type of CD, which one of these songs I would use? So I went through all that music, and I went through all that stuff all over again, just everything that really stuck out, the CDs that was like in the top rotation, and the one song on them that I kept going back to, and pulled all these songs together. Just so happened I knew all of the artists personally, and I went to them and I just ran the idea about all of them, and everybody green lighted the shit, you know. And I think shouts out to Big Bud. I think his influence was kind of the one that made me really, cause I use A-Boy. Everybody in Gainesville 352 know about Big Bud, A-Boy, and that was maybe one of like the bigger songs on the project. And I asked him, could I use it? And I gave him my vision. And you know, Big Bud basically okayed it. He was like, yo, Wally, I think you should do that. Da, 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 da. And you know, from that, man, so
that's how he sounded when he said it?
He was rougher than that.
Yeah, Wally, I think you should.
Yeah, that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, my boy.
Yes. So I was
hey,
I was inspired, you know what I'm saying, by him and the other artists, you know, to take this project and create something to where I could take this music and present it to the world and create these guys fans, ultimately try to get them some shows or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that was basically the mindset, man.
Okay. And now, speaking of, you know, getting all these people music, I remember you had compilation albums, like the Burning 50 compilation albums. Is this around the time when you started doing the Burning 50 compilation albums? And for the people that don't know, that's lost in sleep in the sauce, what is the Burning 50 compilation album?
Shit. That was the most controversial fucking project that got dropped every year in Gainesville.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh, wow.
And we finna get into it, brother. Take another shot.
Yeah, man, let me get a shot.
Get real, boy.
Man,
I remember these mixtapes.
Man, I used to
burn.
So, but the thing about it, that was such a good thing to me because that showed me the value in the project. That when the roster came, it was kind of like the high school trials. You know, you run to the gym.
If I ain't on this bitch, wall, this nigga got us fucked up.
Yeah. So I used to like really make that shit a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna drop this project and I'm finna run this bitch around the world.
So it was a marketing that made everybody feel like,
because they knew they didn't know shit in the beginning.
Right.
But from the first project and what I did with it, it was so like, because I had some shit that niggas had never fucking done. I had to ran around 6 states every day, 6 days a week, sleeping in cars, selling $2,000 and $3,000 worth of CDs every day, hand to hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that experience from running with the guy from Miami, and I knew what the fuck I could do with a CD. So my thing was like, okay, I can make this project, I can make it super exclusive, and I can take this motherfucker and run as far as I can run with it. And
even if it ain't my music,
I didn't give a damn.
That's real nice.
Yeah, because I wanted to make money and I wanted to create a brand, but I knew I didn't want to rap to do it. You know what I'm saying? So Burning 50 basically was me wanting to be in the industry, but not wanting to rap or really do anything else. You know what I'm saying? Other than, you know, make a few coins, build a brand, and also be able to help artists get this damn good ass music out that nobody's hearing. And
what was your way of getting this good ass music out? Like, how were you going to be really helping them getting it out?
Well, shit, they co-sign me, I co-sign them. You see what I'm saying? I'm taking this music and I'm going to places they don't even know. Matter of fact, me and you went on a chitlin circuit one time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking this music and I'm actually about to lead a city with it. Matter of fact, I'm finna take this music, I'm finna lead a state, and I'm about to go create y'all some fans out here in this world with this music that y'all just sitting on.
Was it working? Did it work? And how?
Shit, yeah, it worked,
how?
Man. How did it work?
Mm-hmm.
because of how I would. For one, it only worked because the music was fucking good. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the music not being good, I couldn't have done it as long as I did and had the success with, with that run. So what people don't know, it actually took me a year. I only dropped one project a year. And it actually took me a whole year to compile the music for each project. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I would hold songs for 2 or 3 years to put it because I might be cooking a pot of neck bones this year. And I can't throw no spaghetti noodles in my neck bones, but next year I got pasta salad coming and I can use these spaghetti. So it was.
How you got the music?
Man, people would bring me the music. Because after I initially dropped the first album and it came out and it did what it did, now I'm actually getting flooded with music. I'm walking out of City Trends. I did used to stop at City Trends now. But
you at the City Trends shop?
I was a City Trends nigga.
It's okay now.
Man,
now back in the day we shouldn't.
Listen,
it's okay.
Hey, I'm walking out of City Trends.
We all have.
You ain't real if you didn't. You know what I'm saying? You lying.
You lied, nigga. You lied.
Hey. So it just became to where anybody who even thought about rapping or thought they had a chance at it, I would end up with their music. As a matter of fact, if you in Gainesville or any surrounding area, I'm almost willing to bet I have some of your music archived right now. If you did any type of rap.
Back then.
I don't give a damn when it is.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say currently, but yeah, I got a collection of stuff, man.
So you had to sit there and pick through everybody's shit to figure out what was gonna go on.
It wasn't hard.
Huh?
It was not hard.
Why wasn't it hard?
Because I was flying shit out the window if it wasn't that. Because guess what? Along with me getting the unmixed and mastered music that, like I said, this is shit that people would record and it never really got past that. There was no cover, there was nothing. So it was very easy because I have a Burning 50 ear. Like even from when it come on, I know if it's 50. Like I know 50 from a block away. Like I can tell you if it's Burning 50 music or not. Like when I hear certain stuff, if I was to drop a project right now, I would be like, oh, that'll go on the project because guess what?
Burning 50.
You got substance. So
What
you got
no,
a certain type of vibe.
See, the thing was, out of all the shit I had, right, I had to be able to pick a song that I knew would work on anybody I let hear. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to guarantee you a hardcore, diehard fan from what I do because I'm going to pick the rawest song that I know will work in any room, at any time, in any crowd. And when I would do that, I always ask artists, hey man, send me everything you got because what you might think work, like I may hear something different and I know with what I'm about to put together, it'll fit here and we're going to create you some real fans from this project.
Okay, so what about all the flack that you got back from this Burning 50 project?
That was a lot of flack.
Why? And what was the most popular thing that you heard? What was being said back then? And if you don't remember,
why they don't fuck with us for Gainesville?
He don't. You know why? Because he got all them Jacksonville niggas on his shit.
That was like, wow.
Boy, I done heard everything. How did you? And why wasn't you fucking with the Gainesville artists?
Why wasn't I?
So we finna ask you.
Hey.
Why wasn't you fucking with the Gainesville artists at the time?
I actually did. It took a little time.
Why and why?
Well, because this is the thing about it, right? For my brand to be what it was, I couldn't allow my relationships with anybody to come in and put what I was doing at risk because I dropped the ball on any song during the projects. You see what I'm saying? Like, after about album 3 or 4, I had some politically correct songs that I would slide in there, but it wasn't nothing like in the beginning. You know, it really was about the music. It was really about every track being consistent, and it really was about, can you take this damn CD out of your deck? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the goal. Like, this gonna be that CD that really never come out the CD player. That was my goal, man. So it was definitely a lot of flack.
Why? Why though?
Because every rapper think they're the best. And they think they really have something and they don't. And for one, what used to crossed a lot of artists out was because they was using other people's fucking beats.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing that. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is original. Like, it's too much space for creativity to be using something, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when, like, we got this space to use it. You know what I'm saying? To expose our creativity. And that would be one of the first things that would just not get a dude as good as the song may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a few different things. If it wasn't mixed and mastered as good as you could possibly get it, or when I took it down to actually put it on the project, and one of the guys that's actually bringing everything so the album flows and we couldn't get it there, like all of that kind of stuff kind of went into, like, you know, when you could make the cut. In
doing these projects, which people fail to realize, like, you was taking your own time, using your own money.
My own fucking money.
Kind of push
I wasn't charging them.
So it's like, what they don't understand is, but during that time, did you create any, like, beef with anybody? Or did you go through any, like, life in depth type of
it was some
stuff?
It definitely was I had a few situations, nothing that was beefy though, you know what I'm saying? Just like you could tell the energy is off. Like, it ain't hard to pick up on somebody's energy, especially when last time you saw them they was one way with you, and now the project that came out and we 3 projects in, and you still ain't. And I still see you because at the time we promoting, so we.
I got some homeboys mad at you.
We got them all. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, listen.
Mad at you because
but ultimately some
you
of
ain't put them on their project.
But some of them end up making it later though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Real,
So but my whole thing was, guess what? Because of that, some people, I ain't gonna say it was because of what I was doing that they got better, but as time went on, the stuff that they would bring to me after that, because I used to see people after a few hours, they be like, bro, I'm making the next one. Like, that's all they wanted to talk about. They didn't care how my kids was doing. Nobody. I'm making the next project. So
when did it get to the point where you was like, okay, I done built the brand, now I'm able to be able to charge for maneuvering and working for people? Work for hire, pretty much.
Man, before the night I actually released the hard copy of the projects, I had my first, bro. So I came in promoting, like, so my whole thing was the Burning50. So, like, I got these artists. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, we could take these artists, right, and we can rent our own venue, and hopefully these guys are popular enough to where if we put them on the show, along with what we got, the juice we got, added with their juice, we can pack out a club, we can make some money, and then this kind of covers the cost of doing business to put these projects out and do all the running around that I was doing. So it took, like I say, before the project came out, I had did a show in Trenton with no project, with Soft Money. So it's been a process, man. You know what I'm saying? We had just started from nothing. Started from a piece of paper with all the names and what CD they was on, man. And, like, it started from just the idea. All this shit was just a fucking piece of paper, bro, with names wrote on it and question marks. Like, that's
was it a solo idea, or did you start with a couple people?
No, it was all solo. Freaky Freddy was my right hand man at the time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
what position did he play?
Freaky Freddy played a valuable position. Man, me and Freaky Freddy was sitting in the car one day and we were so broke. Dog, we were broke. Like, boy, we couldn't, we hadn't fronted everything we could front. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't front nothing else. We was all fronted out, and but we wasn't so bad. We couldn't even get a motherfucking nickel bag. And man, I remember us sitting in the car. It was so hot, man. We wanted to smoke, man. And, man, we couldn't even get a $5 bag, bro. And I was like, man, we got to do something. And he was like, boy, you ain't lying. And at the time, all of that was in the midst of, like, when I was just in the process of thinking, like, I got to do something with this music. So I was like, man, why don't we just throw a show? And, I'm finna do this here. So let's invite the artists out, and hopefully we can just, we can throw a fucking show. I scratch up the money to rent the club. And, during the time, we put all that together, man. And you know, Freaky Freddy was like one of the people that was there in the time when all this shit came through, man. We was dusted and disgusted, man. We had to do something, bro. From nothing. We ain't had nothing to work with but an idea.
Was he a rapper or was he like a promoter
just
too?
Man.
Just kind of right-hand man?
Yeah, man. You know, just had my back and fully supported everything that was going on at the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the other half to the Burning 50, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so with the Burning 50 projects as a whole, like explain it, like elaborate us on it to us on like what's the origin of all the Burning 50 projects in a whole, like
all them shits. And you know what's funny? I think I only got 3 of them online. They're on SoundCloud. If you guys want to hear the projects, I only put 3 of them online. And although I may go back one day and just upload everything, those projects were so exclusive. They were exclusive to get one and to have one when they were out. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing was that was like the best collection of music of artists you've never heard of.
Right.
Like when you get those.
So you kind of
albums,
with DJ Khaled in it.
Raw and Khaled.
Burning50.
Before Khaled.
Before Khaled.
And out of all the tapes that you did, right, what area was your favorite area? Jacksonville? Look, I just threw that in there.
Actually, you know what? Collectively, it was everybody because you don't know where it ended up coming from. Like, after a while, once I got to Volume 6, I may have only had 2 Gainesville artists on that. And I'm talking, now I'm in Miami, I got Chaotic, I got a guy from Texas on here, I got whatever the nigga name is up in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So, at that time, I had to been moving around so good, it just really wasn't about Jacksonville or Gainesville because my whole thing was if I could stretch this brand out far enough, then we all can come back around and get some money in these markets.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So it really, it worked its way up to where, I wasn't looking for nothing from any particular area. I just wanted the good music to make a good project. You know what I'm saying?
Who's your favorite artist or song on the projects? And if you don't say me, I won't be mad.
like the one song that really gets me.
Out of all the projects you did, the one song that could just go.
Shit.
And it's just you just like, man, this
Spot.
Which one? Not SP.
Like a G.
OT.
Like it was a
I started on me.
Listen.
Spot used to be scamming though.
Spot was
Spot was
listen.
You know what? Spot was an entertainer.
Shots.
There's no way around it. Guess what Spot was?
Can we take a shot?
Let's take one. Yeah, I need some more
Spot.
booze.
Hey, shots out the Spot, man.
Free you too, dog.
Real
He
legend.
was an entertainer.
Yes, every bit of
it. was an entertainer factor.
That's what I'm telling you.
He gonna entertain your ass. You gonna have to look at it.
It was something about Spot.
You had to look.
And he was nowhere near the most anything.
But you gotta look at this.
You damn right. Like, Spot, man, listen, I'm gonna take a shot.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Spot really he got one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think out of a lot of that stuff, man, Spot, man, had one of my most favorite songs that made the cut on the project, man.
Okay. So now as all this is going on, you're doing these Burning 50 projects. You done did the club night on some broke nigga shit, trying to come up with freaky. trying to come up with old freaky. We all done did. Man. Look,
let's start from somewhere.
You done did it the club. You were freaky. Now you into the promoter limelight now. So now you done did that. So is that where it was like, okay, boom, we done did this show. Now it's time for us to do other shows.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I went so many years without a win, bro. I don't even know how. It was the passion for it because I went so long with people just saying, man, what the fuck is a Burning 50? You know what I'm saying?
I've heard that.
And
Niggas don't burn 50.
and it was years before I even could tell a bitch what it was for real.
I'll keep the stuff straight. Nigga, cause you ain't putting these niggas on your CD. Nigga was like,
right.
Niggas don't burn 50.
Right. It was a lot of that.
Bro,
So like,
cause they wasn't on the CD. See, I made the cut. Right. I had to sit back and listen.
It was rough, man. So that was an era where it was like niggas was like, man, what's a Burning 50, man? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's been a journey, man. The club.
So what makes you get to the point where it's like, okay, boom, I'm a promoter now, and I'm finna start my own night?
No.
It didn't start like that.
Well, with the own nights, it was just like kind of the relationships that I developed as well as the market doing what it did in that time. I think we all had a club night at some point.
We did.
And had a run with it. You see what I'm saying? It was just that many doors available downtown at one time where we all could get us a night and potentially try to build it and have something.
During this time, were you working at 9 to 5?
I've always worked. Nobody really knew that.
They didn't, because you was always on the scene.
Yep.
How did you be able to maintain doing that? And with because doing what you was doing, it's no days off. So it's no time to do nothing else. How was you able to work a job and be on the scene like that?
Well, 2010. So my dad got sick with Alzheimer's for about 5 years. So what bruh's saying, actually, whatever. Like the first few years when I started Burning 50, I did have a lot of time because I couldn't work because of my dad. You know, God bless his dad. You know what I'm saying? He developed dementia, Alzheimer's, and as that got more intense for him, that really took away all of my whatever. I couldn't work because I'm whatever, but you know, more during the night when things kind of settled down, I could move around a little bit more because I could get him settled. And the nightlife could come alive for me. You know
so during them times, you was kind of basically in the street, and then had to transition out by the time you got to be able to transition.
I ain't gonna say, was I in the street? I think I was in the street a little bit.
Yeah, just like one foot. Just you might have had to pole like, you know how you like you jigging it.
No, what it was, man, it was really, like I said, it was more passionate anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I win, I lose. I win, I lose. I win, but it wasn't ever enough to just sink the ship. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Took a lot of L's, spent a bunch of money, man, building it, posters. You know how much money we done spent on just everything we done spent money on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know for your own self, but I did exactly what I needed to do, and you know, work with what I had to work with to keep everything alive, man. So
now, at the time of you being promoting at the club, what would you say would be one of your most successful nights?
2017 Easter night. We did 18 bands that night, like 3 hours.
Okay, so in this time, did being a promoter change your views on rappers, DJs, the city, just people? Like, just start off with the rappers, and why?
It really changed it because it just kind of showed me that where the passion would be between the people that was serious about what the fuck they was doing and, you know, the people that wasn't. You know, watching the guys that want to do everything for free versus the ones that was actually investing in themselves and trying to do something. Like, it just kind of, it drew a real line in the sand, you know, to have those experiences, man. You know what I'm saying? So the promoting definitely gave me another view of everything as far as the music, you know, dealing with DJs, club owners, you know, being knowledgeable. Hopefully, like, I can show these other artists, like, hey, y'all can do actually what I'm doing. Go rent your own club, throw your own shows, promote it, and just take the whole door. You know, so it was a lot of things that, you know, doing those nights really taught me about, you know, certain things that we was doing around here, man.
Okay. What about with DJs and?
I learned that a lot of them niggas was fluky. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wasn't there holding their hand. And then it also taught me that with these guys, it showed me that y'all's music ain't gonna come on behind the nigga from the other side of town. Y'all music come on behind a major artist. So
Wait, say that again.
So I had a catch-22 relationship with him because I understood, and I've actually saw where a DJ could play the wrong song and just people would walk out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I saw this.
Mm-hmm, me too.
I almost want to say a nigga's name.
Say it.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Like
I'm gonna say my own name. Cause guess what? I would have been in the club before when I first started. Now, if I can say this go straight and I don't get upset myself when we say your name, bro, you can't get mad.
You can't get mad.
I got on 1900 Block, had just performed 16 hoes in the old swole. My dog Kodak Engler. And look, so boy, I'm like, the club swole. We get up here on some 43rd and shit.
Oh, some 43rd shit.
The whole club walk out as soon as we get on the stage.
On your song?
Soon as we step on the stage.
Oh man, y'all was just in the wrong place.
At the wrong time.
That's it.
So who was the artist?
Who was the DJ?
It was a DJ.
We talking about the DJ.
Who walked out? Who was it?
Oh.
Tronics.
Nah, Tronics.
It wasn't Island.
No, it wasn't Island.
Couldn't have been not these boys. Them boys. It wasn't Shep.
It was Jody Spears, man.
Jody Spears. Why do I remember that name? Jody Spears. I remember Jody Spears. Where he at? Jody!
Shouts out to Jody Spears.
Shouts out to you! Bro, listen, it's okay, Jody, because listen, man, they walked out on me.
Because I did a lot of good
business. It was
with
Spears that I forgot about.
No, it was just like certain things that, not calling Jody Spears out now, you know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to know.
Oh, no, this ain't no. No, that's why I put myself on the chopping block first. So we in the den, so we keep this go straight in.
Yeah, we got
straight up and down. So this straight up and down. So it's not flacking on nobody, because it happens. If you're an artist and it ain't happen, you ain't
there were particular nights I would just see where if the right music ain't played and things ain't going in the right direction, as far as like maybe 1 or 2 songs in a row that ain't, man, it was just like, man, you could be 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, man, when it's supposed to be getting good and people just walk out. So, and then the quality of the music that I was trying to get these guys to play from these, stuff from the projects and different stuff from artists, so we could get the music in rotation. So it taught a lot, man. It was a lot, man. It was a lot, bro.
Was it stressful?
Hell yeah.
Did you ever get into the promoter battle when, they were snatching flyers down and hating on your event and?
Yeah, man.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did, man. Yeah. I had a lot of money lost because of you would go back around, we always would order 5,000 flyers at the time. That was the thing. You couldn't get nothing less than 5,000, so you might go around and put 40, 50 stacks in each store. You could do this for a whole day, trying to hit every little swing store, everywhere you could go, posters, nail guns.
I'm talking about
and
swing.
You come back the next day, man, all your shit gone, bro. Every fucking.
How did that make you feel?
Well, I always felt better when a nigga would put his shit up there, so I would at least know who it was. Cause it was always.
Oh, it was y'all?
When the
shit,
right? Oh, nigga, everything I see now. Boy, y'all ass coming down. Boy, you coming
so
down.
It turned you a little bit. It made you turn, didn't it? It made you turn, bro. Damn, man. No, man. These niggas got us fucked up.
Boy, it's dangerous out here. You know what I'm saying?
About that paper.
Nigga, we finna share this spot. You feel me? So, hey, I always felt better when I at least come back, my shit was gone, and there's another nigga shit there, so I now know who to hold accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It was crazy, man.
Now, during these periods, man, did you expect support, from certain people, and did you get it? Like the people that you expected to kind of like ride and support and knowing all the, the channels and stuff that you was doing and putting in play, whether it was friends, artists, people of business, did you get it?
Yes, no, and yes, and then no again.
Okay, so break down this trivia.
So one of the main things I think I got over it after a while, but like there's a thing that even artists and people that when you give people something to support, and in your mind you would like to think that maybe this is my friend, this is my family, this is my whatever, and they gonna support any and everything I do, right? And then you actually put something there for them to support it, and they don't touch it, they don't come, they don't show up. You actually personally invited them. You gave them a damn lanyard, a VIP pass to come. And it's always a thing to look up in your event. And it's people that you know, that you in your mind you think you rocking with real hard. And these people ain't there. And that taught a real lesson, man. Like, it taught me to be numb. And it also taught me to fucking build something that that people actually want. Because if you're trying to do something and try to make it where the people around you, you're relying on them to support it for it to be successful, that is a bad business model. So it actually taught me to create products, different things that actually people there's a demand for this stuff. So regardless of who saw it or whatever, they would want that product or they would want that thing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it taught a lot, man, it taught me a lot doing those events, and then you look up and none of the people that you thought was close to you, they not even there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, now with the 100-band run, are you just in general, like what all businesses do you have, and like what all purpose do you have to give out? I see you got the 100-band run backpacks up here. We're gonna elaborate a little bit on what's going on with the 100-band run Burning 50 merch. Is it a store? Are you?
We got an online store. Actually, right now with being blessed with a manufacturer, that's kind of like what's on the table in the next couple of years. Is behind the scenes. I'm creating. I already got 2 seasons worth of stuff that I have. It's fairly okay, but right now I'm looking to open a store eventually where I can have like everything: children's, women's, the long sleeve, winter stuff, summer stuff, everything. You know what I'm saying? But basically, the 100-band run, basically, this shit represents, at this point in what I'm doing, it represents the grind. Like every day we wake up, we after it. You know what I'm saying? Like there are no idle days. You know what I'm saying? This shit represent actually what inspired it. A few years ago, I saw where I was gonna make $100,000 on my job. Like I was, I drive or whatever. So I saw within that year I would make basically my first $100,000 from driving. And once I saw that, I was so motivated. I was like, damn boy, I'm finna get on this 100-band run. So I used to always kind of hashtag all my Facebook stuff with 100-band run. I did this for a couple of years before this was even a brand, part of the brand. And it just got to the point where people's like, man, boy, I'm on that 100-band run with you. And I was like, wait, what? And I used to hear that so much. I was like, you know what, man? I think I need to go ahead and
made it trendy.
I need to make this something so people that's really on it for real, they can have something that, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of the whole situation, man. So the 100-band run, man, it's just that, it's something that basically it's a gear that's inspired, to make you just go out and, man, 100% every day. You know what I'm saying? What you doing and what you after, man. And so that's what that is.
Okay. And how are you selling it? Is it in stores? I think I seen some of it in stores on mannequins. Like you've been doing real big.
It was in stores. Actually, the day I created the logo, got the logo, I said, so what? I'm gonna tell you how it happened, bro. I got with Big J. Shouts out to Jonathan Banks, you know what I'm saying?
Big J.
Shouts out to Big J. So I got with Big J. I said, look, man, we're going to take this little hashtag that I use on Facebook, and we're gonna create a brand. You know what I'm saying? And he created the logo. Well, so once I got the logo, I already had the t-shirt man on deck. I said, you know, I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna have him to create 10 shirts. You know, a couple for me and the other 8 or whatever, I'm gonna sell them. You know what I'm saying? So I did that, got the logo. Next day I went and bought 10 t-shirts. And I went and bought 10 t-shirts, had those 10 t-shirts made, right? So I had one, and then I went to Looking Good to use one of Andy's mannequins because I knew he had a mannequin. So I said, man, let me go up here and get a mannequin and throw a shirt on it, right? Man, I went up there. I'm talking about this like the next day. I ain't had the logo for 3 days. So like the second day I had it, I went up there to Andy. I asked him to let me, and I put the shirt on it, took the picture. And before I left the store, he cut me a check for a case of shirts.
Damn.
Like the day, like that same day, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have it 48 hours and I had sold a case of, so that was like 32 shirts I sold him. He basically bought 32 shirts. So when I went back to Facebook with it, man, in like 10 days, bro, I had to sold over 300 shirts.
What?
Like the first 10 days, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I had to sold right at a little bit more than like 300 shirts the first 10 days of having it. So that shit just kind of inspired me to just, you know what I'm saying, like take it further, man.
Hey, that don't happen for everybody like that, bro. You know, that even let you know right then you got yourself something.
I got myself something because it just caught on, and just from t-shirts, man, I done just, it's everything now, you know what I'm saying? We're doing a lot with that brand, man, so.
And where, if the people want to buy that brand at right now, what's the website?
You can go right here at the bottom, www.100bandrun.com, man.
Okay.
And that's all of the college apparel that you're going to see. And all of the urban stuff, y'all got to hit me up because I have that and I move it a little different from the website.
Okay. So, how important to you is building and maintaining relationships in this business?
I believe your building and maintaining of relationships in this business is your gateway to reaching as far as you can reach in this business, man. I can only tell you that you gotta have relationships because somebody has to open the door. Somebody got to vouch for you, and then there are just so many people in different positions in this industry and in the game to where sometimes all you need is just to know the right person, and certain doors can open up for you, man. So you got to have them, and it's always good to maintain them and keep them polished. That way, when it's your turn for somebody to pull some strings for you, and you in good standings with the right people.
Then I noticed too that this game is real small. Everybody that you gonna see that's really doing it, you're gonna have to run back into them in some type of way.
If they really do it, you can't
but
get
you
around.
know who really doing it off rip. You know, like, dang, they really doing it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's good to keep that in, man. How have you managed to maintain the growth of Burning 50, man, after like, what, it's been about 12 years now?
Yeah.
Since the birth of the whole brand, and how was you able to, you know, even stay relevant and just keep recreating the brand of yourself and watching all other brands that you've seen and artists die off. Come and go.
Yeah. I want to just say, man, it's just a natural gift of like having blessed hands and being blessed to be creative. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's interesting to see when things may seem to be losing momentum, you know, how you can just create something and actually create it in a way that puts a demand on it. And you don't really have no problem moving the product or whatever it is, man. It's just staying creative and knowing that with time, you know what I'm saying, I got to keep something ahead of me, something that's exciting, you know what I'm saying? So doing these clothing and selling them and watching people wear this shit and order it, man, that shit is a fucking sighting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's my brand. So that alone, just like the music, when I used to see that music, man, there was so many times I sold a lot of repeat copies because people used to get their shit stolen so bad. So, to create something that people actually want, that's what keeps me in, keep doing what I'm doing, man. Like, I'm actually creating something that people really like, you know what I'm saying, finally, so.
Okay, now, do you feel like that you kind of lured away from the rap side a little bit?
I have.
And do you feel like
Definitely.
it's one of the most dangerous jobs in the world?
It is.
Why do you feel like that, and why did you kind of lure away?
Honestly, man, over the years, started Burning 50 in 2010. It's 2023, so that's 13 years. Man, over 13 years, I have lost so many artists, especially my Jacksonville guys, man. God bless them all. Man, I've lost so many artists in this rap game. And, like I say, man, I be having real personal relationships with these guys. And, watching so many of them die, and they were on their way, leaving behind their family. Like, I know these people's family and stuff like that, and I don't know, man. It just kind of took the passion away from it. I got to the point where I didn't really want to get close to artists no more and have those relationships, on that level, because God bless the dead Mr. Mo out of Jacksonville. I think when him and Lil Jud died, bro, that was the turning point for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was really close to them dudes, and you know what I'm saying? It really tore me apart, bro. And I just couldn't see myself getting close to these guys like that no more. And ultimately that's what kind of pushed me away from the music. And where it is now is even worse than what it was then when I kind of stepped away.
Damn, that's deep, man. Do you think it's the content, or what do you think it is? You think it's why you think it's like that? The content of what the artist is making?
Like I said on a video I did on my Facebook, man, I said, like, I think any guy, like, unless you just come out here singing gospel music or whatever, I think you just take on an immediate risk the moment that you want to entertain the thought of being a rapper. Because people just, these guys, they'll have it where you ain't even got to be on no gangster shit and they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't take nothing to end up going through it with somebody right now. Dude. It don't take anything, you know what I'm saying? So it just seems to be risky, and I don't want to have no events where somebody get hurt and my name on the event. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have that passion for anything like that to happen right now in this lifetime, man.
Okay. So how could it be fixed, in your opinion?
Man, how could where we're at now, we would just have to have a whole entire thing of music that happens. They was pimping one time, they was crunk one time, they was
booty shaking.
They was booty shaking one time. Now where we're at, it's nothing but glizzies and switches, and it's just horrible. And I think that these platforms that allow this stuff to go out, I think something really, if it got certain trigger words in it, they shouldn't even allow it to even be loaded. You know what I'm saying? Because they check it all before it go up. Everything that get uploaded, somebody sitting behind the screen fully listening to it before it actually go up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shit can get flagged. So I think if it go one way and it's got any type of whatever in it, man, it shouldn't even be allowed to be put out, bro. Because that energy is, it done cost us so much, bro. And it happen every day. And it's almost to the point to where if you ain't got a little taste of that, or you just ain't all the way over on that side, it seems like what you're doing don't work in certain spaces in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, man. In closing, man, where do you see the brand, yourself, just the whole movement in the next 10 years from
now? In 10 years, I definitely see the Burning50, the 100 Band Run store being open. And I also think under the business name falls my family brand. You see what I'm saying? My youngest 2 kids will be adults by then, and at that point, I'll be working to make sure that everything that I built can be passed off properly to them. They know the full aspects of what I do because they're around me right now and they see pretty much everything. So in 10 years, I believe I'll be passing the ball off to my kids some kind of way to, benefit from everything that I've done, as well as kind of educate them and bring them up to speed on what they possibly can do with it to keep their brand alive and, potentially pass it on to their kids, man. So it's part of the family brand at this point, you know what I'm saying? So 10 years, definitely, working on making sure that it's always stamped under the family brand more than anything.
Okay. Man, listen, 50, man, it was a hell of a conversation, man, a hell of a vibe with you today, this evening, man. Where can the people follow your social media, besides going online to buy the Burning50 merch? Where can they follow you and, get in contact with you if they want, work done? Are you still, are you going to be doing another Burning50 mixtape soon? Is it coming out of retirement or what's going on?
What's really funny is that
we be looking forward to.
I actually have enough, because I haven't dropped one in about 4 years now. So I'm sitting on well enough music to create another project. I just don't know if I have the passion to do it and kind of go on that run again. But something digitally, I definitely have enough material right now, man.
But you ain't getting back out there in the streets like you was.
I ain't touching the
Well, you gotta get out there.
I ain't touching the streets, man.
You ain't go back to Eufaula?
Eufaula?
Eufaula, man.
Eufaula, Alabama.
Oh, you gotta take it on the run, not to make it.
We is not touching the chicken circuit, man. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't crackhead rapping, man.
Nah, but hey, man, if y'all do want to find me, you can hit me up on Facebook, Wiley G. You know what I'm saying? Instagram, Burning50. TikTok, 100 Band Run. YouTube channel, Visuals by Burning50. We got it's all kind of material on the YouTube channel. Okay. So, we just out
I've seen you been shooting weddings and graduations and
football. Shots out to my son, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been seeing little Drake.
Yeah, Drake, yeah, man.
Little Drake getting off.
Hey, he 12, 6'1", wear a size 14 shoe. You know what I'm saying? He ain't but 12 years old. The boy got 9 big cluster championship rings. You seen them on my page. So, just was out there with the Gators yesterday, all with the coach and then coach no wheels and all that good stuff. So, shouts out that, shouts out to the, everybody that's trying to win, man. That's what we doing. Trying to get a win under the belt, man.
That's real, man. And like I said, man, the Rap Den was sponsored by Papo's Pop-Up Shop. And you see the chips that's up there, man. We got to go ahead and get us a little taste of these good old chips.
You want to hit the chips, man?
You going to hit the chips, because that's what they're for. They're for you. Go ahead, brother. Bust open the bag straight from the Ukraine. Hold the bag up again. Let us see what they is real quick, man. Hold the bag. Can we see the name of them? Hold it up for us.
Roasted cumin lamb.
Roasted.
Skewer game. Yeah.
That way they roasted cumin.
Man, we gonna, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all a real review.
I'm gonna taste a piece of it too, brother.
Man.
Go ahead, man.
Let's
see what these
first
like.
Thing, we gotta smell.
Yeah, how they smell? They're from the Ukraine.
You know what these bitches smell like?
What?
A musky ass fuck.
A musky what?
Oh, now
come on, Papo.
I'm finna drive out though. You know, don't be fooled by the smell.
Yo,
oh man.
Is it good or not, brother?
Man, y'all $1 bag of these damn
Let me tell tell you what. Hold on, let me tell you what. I don't believe it.
No wonder he said he been going.
I don't believe it.
Man,
God, leave
shit.
Let me tell you what, brother.
Get him over
Oh. Who that be? Oh, shit.
Hey, man. Shouts out to the rap den, man. Y'all
Hey,
fuck with us for real.
listen, man. And also, in conclusion, the rap that was also sponsored by Hostile Hot Sauce, Exotic Pop, 43 White Chest Bleeds, CBDs and Lotions, Only Beats. Man, listen, we chopped it up with the one and only Wiley G, aka Burning50, in the rap den, man. Do you got any conclusion comments, or things to say?
Hey, man. Your consistency and discipline is tied till you get into the next level, man. So y'all stay focused, man.
I'm sorry.
We in the rap team. And y'all throw those bitches away. We out, man.
These ain't it.
Hey, man, we out this bitch, man. All right.